What do you do when everything you built suddenly begins to fall apart? The person you trusted leaves, the money disappears, your plans fail, your confidence breaks, and for the first time, you realize that the life you thought you could control was never really under your control. In moments like these, the mind becomes desperate. You ask, why is this happening to me? You replay the past, you fear the future, and slowly you begin to believe that your life is over. But what if this is exactly where your real strength begins? The Stoics understood something most people learn only after suffering. You don't discover your strength when life is comfortable. You discover it when you have nothing left to hide behind. Hello everyone, welcome to the Stoic Hypnosis channel. In this video, we will explore 7 Stoic principles to remember when everything seems to be falling apart. Stay until the end, because sometimes, when everything collapses around you, you finally discover what can never be taken away from you. Now, let's get started. Principle number 1. Accept what has already happened. When everything falls apart, your first instinct may be to fight reality. You wish things had happened differently. You wish someone had stayed. You wish you had made a different decision. You wish you could go back and change the past. But the past does not negotiate. What has already happened. And every minute you spend fighting reality is a minute you could have spent rebuilding your life. The Stoics understood that acceptance is not weakness. It is the beginning of strength. Accepting what happened does not mean you approve of it. It does not mean the pain wasn't real. It simply means you stop wasting your energy wishing reality was something it is not. You lost something. Accept it. You were betrayed. Accept it. Your plans failed. Accept it. Then ask the question that actually matters. What can I do from here? Because the moment you stop asking how to change yesterday, you become free to create tomorrow. Sometimes, the first step toward rebuilding your life is not finding a solution. It is simply having the courage to say, this is where I am. Now what? Principle number 2. Focus only on what you can control. When life falls apart, there is a dangerous temptation to focus on everything you cannot control. What other people think, why someone left, what the future will bring, whether things will work out, whether life will finally give you a break. But the more you focus on these things, the more powerless you feel. The Stoics divided life into 2 worlds, what belongs to you and what does not. Your thoughts belong to you, your choices belong to you, your effort belongs to you, your character belongs to you. But other people's opinions do not. Their decisions do not. The past does not. The final outcome does not. So when everything around you feels chaotic, return to the small circle of things you can control. You may not control losing your job, but you can control what you do tomorrow morning. You may not control someone leaving, but you can control whether you destroy yourself trying to make them stay. You may not control the storm, but you can control how you walk through it. And this is where peace begins. Not when everything outside of you becomes stable, but when you stop demanding that the world behave according to your wishes. Control what is yours, release what is not, and protect your peace. If you're going through a difficult chapter right now, remember this: you don't have to fix everything at once. You don't have to understand why everything happened. Start with what you can control today. And if these Stoic lessons are giving you a different way to face your struggles, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content about Stoicism, discipline, resilience, and inner strength. But don't leave yet, because the next principles go deeper. They are about what to do when the pain doesn't disappear, when you feel completely alone, and when you have to find the strength to rebuild yourself from nothing. Stay with me. You may need these lessons more than you realize. Principle number 3. Do not let fear of the future destroy the present. When everything falls apart, your mind immediately runs toward the future. What if things never get better? What if I lose everything? What if I never recover? What if this pain lasts forever? And before you know it, you are suffering from a future that hasn't even happened. This is one of the greatest traps of the human mind. The Stoics understood that you should prepare for difficulty, but never become a prisoner of imagined disasters. The future is unknown. You can plan for it, you can prepare for it, but you cannot live there. Your only real possession is this moment. So when fear begins to overwhelm you, come back to the present. Ask yourself, what is actually happening right now? Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. Maybe you're struggling, maybe you're uncertain, maybe you don't have all the answers, but you are still here. And as long as you are here, you still have choices. Take today's step. Solve today's problem. Do today's work. Let tomorrow arrive when it arrives. Because sometimes the future looks terrifying only because you're trying to carry all of it at once. You don't need to carry your entire future today. You only need enough strength for the next step. Principle number 4. Do not give your peace to other people. When your life is falling apart, the last thing you need is to let someone else's behavior destroy what remains of your inner peace. But that's exactly what many people do. Someone insults them, and they spend the entire night thinking about it. Someone rejects them, and they question their worth. Someone betrays them, and they allow that betrayal to turn them bitter. The Stoics understood a powerful truth. Other people can control their actions, but they cannot control your character unless you allow them to. You cannot stop someone from being cruel. You cannot force someone to understand you. You cannot make someone respect you. But you can decide whether their behavior changes the person you become. Don't allow someone's anger to become your anger. Don't allow their dishonesty to destroy your integrity. Don't allow their rejection to convince you that you are worthless. And don't spend your life trying to prove yourself to people who have already decided what they want to believe. Sometimes, strength is not fighting back. Sometimes, strength is remaining calm, walking away, staying silent, and refusing to become the person that hurt you. Protect your peace fiercely, because when everything else is taken away, your ability to choose your response may be one of the last things that truly belongs to you. Principle number 5. Keep moving forward, even when you cannot see the way out. When everything falls apart, there will be a moment when you stop seeing a way forward. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to begin. And the hardest part is not always the pain. It is the uncertainty. You look at your life and wonder, how am I supposed to rebuild all of this? But you don't have to rebuild everything today. The Stoics understood the power of taking one step at a time. You don't need to see the entire road. You only need to see the next step. Make the phone call, send the application, get out of bed, go for the walk, do the work, take care of yourself. Small actions may feel meaningless when your life feels broken, but they are how broken lives are rebuilt. Progress rarely announces itself. Sometimes, progress is simply surviving another difficult day without giving up. So if you cannot see the light yet, keep walking. If you don't know where you're going, take the next right step. You may not realize it now, but every step forward is quietly creating a new version of your life. And one day, you will look back and realize that the path appeared because you kept moving. Principle number 6. Build discipline when emotions are at their lowest. When life is going well, discipline is easy. But when your heart is broken, when you're exhausted, when you've lost hope, discipline becomes a completely different challenge. You don't feel like working. You don't feel like exercising. You don't feel like getting out of bed. You want to escape. And sometimes, you simply want to stop trying. This is exactly when discipline matters most. The Stoics didn't believe you needed to feel motivated before doing what was necessary. They believed you should act according to your principles, even when your emotions are screaming at you to quit. You may not control how you feel today, but you can control what you do next. Make your bed. Take a shower. Exercise for 20 minutes. Finish one task. Read a few pages. Keep one promise to yourself. These actions may seem small, but every time you keep a promise to yourself during a difficult season, you rebuild trust in yourself. And slowly, your confidence returns. Not because life suddenly became easier, but because you discovered that you can depend on yourself. That is real strength. Not feeling powerful every day, but doing what needs to be done even on the days when you feel powerless. Principle number 7. Let the collapse rebuild you. Sometimes, life doesn't fall apart because you are being punished. Sometimes, it falls apart because something inside your life was never meant to last. A relationship ends. A career changes. A dream disappears. A version of yourself that you spent years building suddenly no longer fits who you are becoming. And at first, it feels like destruction. But perhaps it is transformation. The Stoics understood that adversity can become a training ground for the soul. The question is not, why did this happen to me? The deeper question is, who can I become because this happened? Maybe this pain will teach you patience. Maybe this failure will teach you humility. Maybe this loss will teach you what truly matters. Maybe this loneliness will introduce you to yourself. You cannot always choose the circumstances that break your plans, but you can choose whether those circumstances break your character. So don't waste the pain. Learn from it. Let it strip away what was unnecessary. Let it make you wiser. Let it make you calmer. Let it make you stronger. One day, you may look back at the moment when everything collapsed and realize that it wasn't the end of your life. It was the end of a version of you that could no longer carry the life you were meant to live. The storm didn't come to destroy you. It came to reveal what was strong enough to remain. And when everything else is gone, you may finally discover that you are still standing. Conclusion. When everything falls apart, remember this. You may lose your plans, your possessions, your relationships, and even the life you once imagined, but you do not have to lose yourself. The deepest Stoic lesson is simple. Accept what you cannot control, protect your peace, and focus on the next step you can take. So when life becomes difficult, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What can I become because of this?" Today, control your response. Keep one promise to yourself. Take one small step forward. You don't need to rebuild your entire life overnight. You only need to refuse to surrender your character. And if this video gave you strength, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support gives us the motivation to continue creating meaningful videos about stoicism, discipline, resilience, and inner strength. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of the video. See you in the next videos.